Welcome to the Honeyville kitchen. Today we're going to be making some whole grain bread, and we're going to show you some of the magnificent tips and techniques of professional bakers so you can have some wonderful results at home. We're going to be starting with our basic ingredients. You're going to need 6 cups of the ultra grain hard wheat flour, and when you measure your flour, you're going to want to make sure that your cup is not mounded. You're going to make sure the flour is scraped off in a straight array all the way across. So 6 cups of the ultra grain whole wheat flour. We're going to need 2 teaspoons of yeast in a 1/4 cup of water, and I've already put that in here, and it's going to start to bubble up, and then you're going to be able to tell your yeast is ready. You're also going to need 2 tablespoons of granulated honey, a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup of olive oil. For our liquid, we're just going to use water today, some basics, and you're going to need 2 3/4 cups of water. Now, when I mix my bread, I use a bucket. I think it's very, very handy. It's the food grade buckets that we sell at Honeyville, and they're very, very nice for being able to be portable. If you ever had an emergency and you had to take it camping or make bread or whatever, wherever you were, this is a great way. Also, they're very inexpensive, a lot less than buying a mixer. So you're going to put your yeast and your water in your bucket, just like that. 2 3/4 cup. Then you're also going to add your honey and your salt and your oil, just like that. Okay. Now, when I start to knead, I always knead in one direction. This is what's called developing the gluten. And it will make long strands of beautiful protein that will give you wonderful structure in your bread. You're going to knead in the single direction 3 to 5 minutes. And usually after about 3 minutes of kneading, I stop and I let my dough have a chance to absorb water. What this will do is, instead of adding flour and getting, you'll get your hands sticky and you'll think, oh, my dough is too sticky, I need to add more flour. But whole grain absolutely adores liquid. So give it a chance to absorb what it needs, and you'll find your bread is a lot moister. It should have a shelf life of 3 to 4 days without going dry if you do whole grain the right way. So, it's just a folding, kneading action with your hands. And you're going to knead this again 3 to 5 minutes until it's soft and supple and it looks really smooth. So let's give it a little bit to rest, and we'll come back and look at it. I'll wash my hands. Now our dough has been raising for 2 hours, and you'll notice that when it's ready, it'll be what's called ripe. When you poke your finger into the dough, it will leave an indentation, and there will also be blisters all the way around it. You'll know it's ready. Don't skimp on that fermentation process. That's what gives you beautiful, fabulously flavored bread. Also, you'll notice I didn't put any oil or any flour on my work surface. I actually like to do just a little mist of water when I do the whole grain bread. It keeps it from sticking, but what also happens is if you put oil on your surfaces, your loaves will stick together in weird ways. When you cut them up, they're gonna slice and be weird. So this helps the loaf to hold together. Take your dough, cut it in half, and we're gonna form 1 loaf for an 8-inch by 4-inch pan. Expel as much air as absolutely possible out of the dough, and do kind of a rectangle, and then fold it in thirds, like a travel brochure, because this bread is going in your oven. It's going on a good trip. Then go ahead with your fingers, almost like a cat, roll this together, pinch it down tightly, and then pinch the loaf, including all the way to the ends. There it goes. Seam side down into the loaf pan. Let this raise about an hour on your counter. You'll know it's ready to go into the oven when it's just peeking over the top, so it should look like this. This bread has been here for about an hour, and it's ready to go into our preheated oven, 425 degrees for the first 15 minutes, and then 350 for about 30 minutes more. So here we go. When bread comes out of the oven and it's been cooling on your counter for about an hour, you're going to be able to notice really good quality sliced bread will be symmetrical in length and size, and there won't be any dark spots or light spots on top. The flavor will be nutty and slightly sweet. You can just taste the wheat. It won't be salty or anything sour. And also when you slice it, you'll get a sandwich-sized slice, not anything crazy big. So hopefully these tips have helped you with making your own whole grain bread, and I've had fun today. So look forward to seeing you again. Bye. If you're interested in finding out more about any of the products you've seen featured here in the Honeyville kitchen, go ahead and click on the link above or visit us at honeyvillegrain.com.